Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at the PlateX in the Japan edition. And this is a semi-hard control pad by Wraith that can do this. A quick note before the review starts is I bought this mousepad with my own money and it hasn't been sent out to me or anything like that. I try to go over everything as neutral as possible so you can decide for yourself how you feel about this pad or if you want to buy it or anything like that. Let's talk about the price first. I paid €36 for this mousepad. However, with shipping and German taxes, I came to a total cost of around €45. Since this specific design was limited to 500 pieces, it sadly sold out already. I absolutely love this design, but whether you like the waifu waves that is going on in the mousepad market or not, they also offer a non-printed black version of this mousepad for €30. The black version is still available, so if you're interested in buying it, I will put the link in the description. Here's a look at the packaging and how it will arrive if you order it. It comes flat shipped in a very sturdy cardboard box, which already has a really nice artwork on it in my opinion. Also, I have to mention that this is one of the first mousepads I've ever unboxed that didn't smell like chemicals or rubber. Talking about the sizes next, this mousepad is available in one size only, which is 470 by 420 millimeters and an overall thickness of 3 millimeters. In my opinion, the size is perfect. It's not too small and not too big, which should fit most people. Let's take a look at the base next. This base is made out of natural rubber and I didn't have any issues with it sliding on my desk. It really seems to stay in place. Also, after cleaning my desk or anything like that, it didn't slide around. So you can see this thing is absolutely going nowhere. Most of you probably wondered why this mousepad sounded so weird in the intro clip. This is due to the fact that the middle layer is made out of polycarbonate. You probably heard about polycarbonate before in the keyboard space or even on the new Ninjutsu Sora V2, which is made out of polycarbonate. But I bet most of you haven't heard about a mousepad that utilizes polycarb. And exactly this PC component is why PlateX is so special and has this semi-hard design, what they call it. From the side profile, it's probably hardly visible, but between the rubber sheet and the cloth layer, there's a really thin layer of PC in between. This provides this mousepad with a very hard and uncushioned feel, which some of you guys maybe are even looking for, especially if you dislike the plushier or sinking feel of the porn pads that flooded the market at the end of last year. First of all, let's just talk about the design. It's absolutely amazing in my opinion, like I said already. The colors are pretty vibrant, the print is overall really clean, there are no fuzzy edges or anything like that, and I think they outdone themselves. It looks really awesome, this pad. However, when it comes to the surface, I think this is actually nothing too special. This mousepad really feels like an improved GSR-SE or VAXEE PA. For me personally though, that is something really great, as I've used to main the VAXEE PA and the GSR-SE both in the past, and they are really great pads in my opinion. Describing the feeling best, the cloth feels super smooth, almost silky smooth, which I haven't felt so far with most other pads. If you ever felt a VAXEE PA or GSR-SE, you already know how smooth they feel to the touch, but this is even smoother. Like, you can almost not tell that there's any texture to the surface. The X and the Y axis, they both feel the same to me. There's no difference in feel between moving a mouse horizontally or vertically, which I think is really great and which is definitely something you want in a mouse pad like this. Also, while using this pad, I couldn't notice any break-in period, which is really great in my opinion, because this pad feels exactly like it arrived. Getting used to it was actually really easy. It still feels like day 1 and I'm on day 30 or something using it right now. Talking about the gaming experience next, I could immediately tell how smooth the surface felt and how nice the glide is. Like, the smooth surface is not only smooth to the touch, but also really smooth when you glide with your mouse over it. However, personally, I think I wouldn't see this as a control pad like Wraith is marketing it. It definitely feels too fast for it, being a control pad, but however, it feels too slow to be a speed pad as well. Wherefore, I would see this as a very balanced hybrid pad that's perfectly providing speed and control at the same time. What I've also noticed with this pad that is that skates play a huge role. Let's take a look at these different skate types I have right here. Let's call the Lamzu ones a bit larger ones, the Finalmouse like with the typical edge kind of skates, and my MM712 with the Corpads dots on it. And there's definitely a huge difference in between those skates and how they feel on the surface. So for my MM711, it's like really fast. It almost glides across the whole mouse pad. Almost flew off my desk. It's really fast. However, when I use something like the Finalmouse, it's still really fast, a bit more controlled. And when using something like the Lamzu, or which this is symbolizing like bigger skates, I can definitely tell that you have a lot more control with this pad. Like if I would play tech shooters, I would probably use a mouse that has larger skates on it, or I would put larger skates on it, as these dots, for example, feel really fast on this mouse pad. Oh, and what I also noticed, which is pretty obviously, you don't have any foam to press your mouse into. So your mouse pad will actually provide the same glide no matter how hard you press. It's always gliding at the same speed, kind of, I would say. This could be a benefit if you dislike, like I said in the intro, the pour and pad wave that is going on, or if you generally just want a really consistent feel with not too much stuff changing. Almost like a sky pad with control, I guess. So now comparing it to the before mentioned VAXEE PA, you can already tell that the VAXEE PA is a bit smaller. And the first thing I noticed when going over it with my hand, both pads feel really smooth, but there's a lot more texture to it on the VAXEE PA, which you don't have on the Blade X. Maybe here's some ASMR so you can hear the difference. Also, you might be able to tell that you won't have any issues with the Blade X bending towards the edges from rolling it up like the VAXEE PA right here has. Other than that, taking a look at my beaten up VAXEE PA again, which is kind of disgusting. The Wraith Blade X and this VAXEE PA or GSR-SE, we have a really dense foam layer, and like I said, you have a bit more texture to the surface. Overall, they do feel pretty similar in game. I think the VAXEE PA could be better for you, or the GSR-SE, if you prefer a bit more control and the ability, even though the foam is really dense, to press your mouse into the surface a bit more and get some more stopping power. So going back, I know I said a lot of good things about the Wraith Blade X, but let's get to the negatives. These are more speculations as well, as I would need to use this pad for maybe like 3 months more, so I can see a difference between this quality wise compared to my VAXEE PA or the GSR-SE that I used to have. So the first potential downside of this pad could probably be the edges of this pad. These edges are not stitched. However, when the pad arrived, they already had the little white, I don't know how to say it. Was it stitching? I wouldn't call it stitching, but some sort of treatment around it. So maybe it's visible now that the edges kind of have this white layer going around. But it could also be just from the cloth material in general. But personally, I think without it being stitched and without it being treated in any way, I could see this fraying. But like I said, this is just a speculation. I would need to use this pad for a bit longer. The second negative that is also more of a speculation, since I would need to use this pad for even longer, is like I said, I used to main the GSR-SE and the VAXEE PA for a really long time, and I know that these pads used to have a lot of issues with the coating and the overall feel after using them for a couple of months. So far, like I said, I didn't notice any break-in or surface change happening. However, this could potentially be an issue. Like I said again, I cannot confirm 100%. This is just a speculation. And the third downside, which is pretty obvious, could be a downside, could be a positive, however you see it. You cannot roll this pad up. It literally doesn't work. If you want to take it somewhere, you cannot roll it up, or if you want to store it, you're not able to roll it up. It has to stay flat. But again, this could also be a positive, so maybe we can store all our mouse pads like vinyls in the future. That would be kind of crazy, not gonna lie. So coming to a final conclusion, I think this mouse pad offers a great design in this Japan edition especially, a silky smooth surface and overall really great gaming performance. If you need the perfect balance between control and speed, I think this is the right pad for you. I would say this pad is really usable for every game and a great recommendation for people that are not sure if they like speed or control pads, or for people that need the best of both worlds. I also think that 30 euros for the black edition and 36 for this special edition is right on par with its competitors like the GSR-SE or the mentioned VAXEE PA. So if you have any additional questions or feel like I left something out, please let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video and want to see more in the future, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.